even believe this. You got two white people, but underneath there,
oh my gosh,
it's
I
a
just
black
did
person.
that now. Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy.
What the fuck?
I don't know what to
just
say.
did that now.
That's so crazy.
All right. So we'd like to begin by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakwakodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the men that push in this work in sincerity and in all truth. All right, this is one piece of GMS Trinidad, Brother Kwada. Just come once again to give a vid and pray that it be edifying to the house and nation of Israel. All right, so tonight's lesson, all right, will be, is Israel a servant? All right, is he a homeborn slave, as the scripture say? All right, because the footage that I just showed is where you saw these Edomites eating, all right, and the table basically was an Israelite slave. You understand? He was under the table, holding up the table while these Edomites eat and have their fancy dinner. All right? And little do Esau know that is the Lord's possession that he is treating like shit. All right? Because I just want to get a scripture here. Let me just get a scripture. Just bear with my little. I'm going to just get a scripture here. Right. All right, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes, 10 verse 7. And it says, I read from verse 5. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun. You understand? Where is the place that evil was seen? Right here on earth. All right? As an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. Who is the rich? The Israelites. Because the scripture in Revelation tells you that I know thy works and thy tribulations and thy poverty, but thou art rich. You understand? What make us rich? We rich because of this word that the Lord has given to his people. You understand? And evidently, we will be rich in the kingdom of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. All right? There will be no more catching your ass to survive in that kingdom where we're going to be a part of. You know, so reading on, it says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants on the earth. Right? So that's the breakdown, this verse 7. It say, I have seen servants upon horses. Now, who was them servants? Them servants was the Edomites and the other nations. All right? Because they used to be servants to the house of Israel. All right? Because even in the book Babylon to Timbuktu, right, it tells you that the Israelites had white slaves. So, Edom was Israel's possession back in the day. All right, but the script flip, and how the script flip, because we sinned against Yahweh Basham Yahushai. We turned away from his law, statutes, and commandments. So the script flip. All right, who's supposed to be slaves have become, who's supposed to be princes has become slaves, and who rightfully supposed to be slaves have become like princes on the earth. You understand? Israel becomes slaves, all right, and these other nations, Esau, Edom, they started to rule over us, all right? Yeah, so as I was reading Jeremiah 2 and 14, it says, is Israel a servant? That is a question the Lord asking. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why are we people spoiled today? That we don't know who we are. Alright, we thinking that we is the lowest of the low, and we contented with that type of lifestyle when we are actually Yasharala, he prince of God. You understand? It says, the young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitants. Alright, yeah. Who is them young lions? Them the other nations, Esau, Edom. Because they were the one that came into Jerusalem and sacked Jerusalem of all its riches. Alright? Take the people into captivity, and we are yet this day in our enemies' lands. We are captive in our enemies' lands. Alright? So to hell with that thing with the saying that we emancipated and we free. We are not free. We are still slaves in our enemies' lands. Alright? Our enemy lives in our land, claiming our land as theirs. Alright? Yeah. So seeing them two Edomites basically making mockery of the Lord's people. Alright? That is a wicked thing. And they are going to be recompense for that evil that they did. Alright, this is Joel 3. Joel 3, I read at verse 3, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Isn't that what you see going on there? You understand? The drinking, eating, and being merry, and basically making sport of the Lord's people. You understand? Making mockery of them, putting us to shame. You understand? That is what they're doing. Alright? During the transatlantic slave trade, you could look up the transatlantic slave trade, and you will see how they dealt with our people. You understand? Even watching this show, Uncle Tom Cabin, you will see how they dealt with the Israelites. You understand? Yeah, these other nations and Esau, Edom, they are wicked. Alright, verse 5, it says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly and pleasant things. This is what they did to Jerusalem. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, and that ye might remove them far from their border. As I say earlier on, we are in our enemy's land. We far from our border. Alright? Imagine Israelites growing up not even knowing how the homeland look. You understand? Seeing bits and pieces on the TV. Alright? That shows you that we are the ones, the Israelites are the ones in this era that is in heavy slavery under the other nations. The other nations actually living nice, while we suffering and dying like dogs when the day come. Alright? Yeah, you Negroes, Latinos, and natives, you are the chosen seed of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You are prince and princesses of the Most High. Alright? But because of sin, alright, and turning away from your God to serve a God of sticks and stones that can't even break your bone, alright, that is what caused us to lose out on our rightful inheritance. You understand? But in this day, the Lord has turned back unto Israel. Blessed be Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. He has turned back unto his people. All right. But 2/3 of Israel will not hearken. So you know that they're going to die with the other nations. All right. When that judgment comes. All right. This is Nahum. The book of Nahum. Let's bear with me a little. Nahum 3 verse 10. And it says, Yet she was carried away, she went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed into pieces at the top of all the streets. You understand? And that is what they did to us. They made games, all right, claiming many Israelite lives. You understand? Millions of Israelite lives were lost within this slavery that we serve here. All right? Under the Roman Empire, the last leg of the Roman Empire, Esau Edom. All right? It say, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. You understand? Yeah. That is like they had us on auction blocks. You know, 25 cents for this boy, $1 for this girl, and that is how that was going. You understand? Selling the Israelites to all parts of the world to serve slavery, hardcore slavery, if I might add. All right? It just showing you how the scriptures is on point. You understand? In the book of Joel 3:3, it say they sold a boy and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. And that's watching that video, you know that these things have taken place. Because they had an Israelite man serving as a table. You understand? He kneeled down there on that hard concrete, all right, with that heavy piece of wood on top of him, food and thing, and these Edomite dogs, you understand, making sport of a child of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You understand? That is wickedness. All right? I'm just going through the precepts because I don't want to make the lesson too long. Obadiah 1 verse 11, it says, In that day that thou stoodest on the other side, in that day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. You understand? Yeah, these Edomites help put us in slavery. They were the ones that put us in slavery with the other nations. You understand? Basically, Israel have served slavery under all the other nations. All right? But here what it say, verse 12, it say, But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in that day, in the day of their distress. All right? Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their afflictions in the day of their calamity, nor lay hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. You understand? Esau Edom did these things. All right? Amos 2 and verse 6. Amos 2 and verse 6. It says, Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Israel, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they sold the righteous for silver, and the poor for a pair of shoes. You understand? That is the wickedness, and that is actually the least of the wickedness of these nations. That is why these nations go in and be put into slavery. They go in and have to feel what the Lord's people felt, and even worse. Alright? Because the scripture talk about giving them double. Alright? Psalms 53 verse 4. Psalms 53 verse 4, it says, have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Because if they had knowledge, they would not put the Lord's people into slavery. Alright? Because the scripture talk about, had he known his latter end. Where is his latter end? His latter end is that he going and serve slavery. Alright? Yeah. So it says, have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon Yahweh. Alright? Yeah, because these Edomites, they know, the scripture say, the fool had said in his heart that there is no God, and that is how these Edomites does operate. You understand? As if they are God. Alright? This is the book of Jeremiah 10 and verse 25. It says, Pour out thy fury upon the heathens, that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. You understand? They did so much wickedness to the children of Israel. So much wickedness. And even more wickedness they're going to commit in the days to come. You understand? Yet still 2/3 of Israel love these other nations. Alright? They're killing us every day. But yet still 2/3 of Israel think that the white man's supposed to be saved. You know? That is wickedness. Book of Obadiah. Obadiah 1 and 15, it says, For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Alright? Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Alright? And that Israelite man who suffered that shame by these 2 Edomites, alright, he might be the one in the kingdom to do unto them what they did unto he, and even worse he might do unto them. You understand? Because there is such a thing as payback. You understand? Alright? Verse 16, it says, For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathens drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. You understand? They're not going to be in that elevated state anymore. Alright? Just as how the Israelites low in these Edomite and the other nations' kingdom today. Alright? When our kingdom come into fruition, alright, these other nations going to be low as how we are low today. Just as what they did unto us, they gonna be on the receiving end of that. All right. Verse 17, it says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. We gonna do unto them just as how they did unto us. Verse 18, it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau, which are these Edomites, these New Yorkers, all right, the house of Esau for stubble. Where stubble? Stubble is things that you just heap up to burn in the fire. All right, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. Yeah, we're gonna devour these Edomites. All right, what a wonderful day that's gonna be for the house of Israel. All right, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh had spoken it. And you know anything that Yahweh speak, you know it's gonna come to pass. All right. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, which talking about these Edomites who dwell in the land of America today. All right, it say, and why the scripture call them virgin daughter? They have never went into slavery, other than the time when we had them, you know, into slavery, but they never really taste the fierce destruction as they have dealt with the nation of Israel and even the other nations. You understand? Because let us not forget how they dropped that fat boy and little boy upon the nation of Moab. You understand? Or I think is Ammon. All right, these Japanese. Right? So it says, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right? Yeah. And why the scripture say that they have heavily laid their yoke. You understand? All right, just showing a few scriptures of what coming to these other nations. All right, this is Psalms 137 and verse 6. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. And when you're going to the word raise it, it's talking about erase it or destroy it, right? Where there was talking about Jerusalem, I read that in Obadiah. You understand? Where the strangers entered into his gates. Yeah. And thou even thou has been as one of them. Yeah. Verse 8, it says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. So that is Esau Edom's destiny, to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, because these are the things that they did unto the nation of Israel. They dash our little ones against the stones. They fed them to alligator. They cut open the woman's belly when she was pregnant with no anesthetics. This is the wickedness that they did. Even when the Israelites were living in peace in Black Wall Street, where they did. They pulled down the houses and they burned the city. You understand? This is the wickedness that these Edomites did unto us. All right, let us not forget these things, because Yahweh, our Father, He haven't forgotten. All right. Isaiah 14 and verse 13, it says, For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So you see the pride of these Edomites, these rednecks. You see the pride in their heart. All right. So that brings me basically to my last precept in the book of Revelation 18 and 7. It says, I'll read from 6. I'll read from 5. All right. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you. Now read that in Psalms 137. All right. And double unto her, double according to her works. You understand? And she really did wickedness on the earth. You understand? So it says, in the cup which she had filled to her double. You understand? Yeah, in the cup that she distributed unto Israel, she go and get double of that cup to drink. You understand? Which the cup that she distributed to Israel was slavery and hardcore bondage. All right? Verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who judged her. All right? Verse 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, that is the other nations, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. You understand? So yeah, that is what you wicked ass Edomites have come in. All right? All you're going to be destroyed, and all you're going to be treated even worse than all you treat the nation of Israel. So with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mokakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the men that push in this work in sincerity and in all truth. Brother Kodah of GMS Trinidad saying Shalom. Until the next lesson, Shalom.
You wouldn't even believe this. You got two white people, but underneath there, you wouldn't even believe this. You got two white people, but underneath there,
Oh my gosh,
it's
I
a
just
black
need that
person.
now. Oh my gosh.
You know? Yeah, these are the things that they did to us. Right, I just wanted to try and run it back a bit.
You wouldn't even believe this. You got two white people, but underneath there,
Oh my gosh,
it's
I
a
just
black
need that
person.
now. Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy.
What the fuck?
I don't know what to
just
say.
need that now.
That's so crazy.